So this is the Theragun Sense and this is the Theragun Prime Plus, and these two concussive massagers are very different from one another. Now first off, there's just the size. The Prime Plus is noticeably larger and it is noticeably heavier than the Sense. However, I do feel that the Prime Plus is very manageable, especially when compared to a larger Pro Plus. This thing is noticeably heavier and overall it is wider and just harder to hold on to. But overall, I do feel that both of these concussive massagers are very easy to handle. However, the Sense is just smaller and lighter than the Prime Plus. Also, another major difference between the Prime Plus and the Sense is going to be the built-in motor. Now, the built-in motor on the Prime Plus, it is relatively quiet, but more importantly, it does have a lot of torque to it. So even if you were to apply a lot of pressure to it, it is not going to stall thanks to all of the torque. It's just going to continue to chug along, which is exactly what you want in a concussive massager like these. However, with the Sense, this motor is relatively quieter than the motor found on the Prime Plus, and even though it is quieter, it still has a great amount of torque to it, so even if we were to apply a lot of pressure to it, it's not going to stall out. So with the Sense, this motor still has a lot of torque, but it is a little quieter. And with both the Sense and the Prime Plus, you do have 5 different speeds to choose from. Right now, we are running at 2100 RPMs, or we can up it to 2200, and then here's 2400, and we can actually go all the way down to 1900, and then here is a 1700 and a half. And also, another major design difference between these two Theraguns is that with the Sense, there is a built-in LED screen that is going to help you navigate through the different menus. Now here we're actually cycling between our different speeds, and then also there is a second mode here that actually tells you how much pressure you're applying. So as you can see, if we were to let go, there's no reading there, but if we were to start pressing, here I am pressing a little amount of force, and if we were to apply a lot more force, you're going to see that those bars are going to go up and down. So that's what this LED screen is for. And also you can go and cycle through different pre-made massage routines here with the LED screen. And another feature that is found on the Sense that isn't found on the Prime Plus is that the Sense does have a built-in heart rate monitor here on the bottom, which is going to be mostly used for the breathing exercise here that you have with the Sense. Now, with the Prime Plus, the button layout here is very simpler. You have your power on button, which through the light, it also tells you your battery status. Here we're actually low on battery. Blue means mid, green means high, but also there is a secondary button here, which is going to be used for our powered different heads. And this here is actually the heated head. So this head is actually going to heat up. And there are also other motorized heads that you can choose from. Now this here is actually the vibrating head. Now the vibrating head does not come included with the Prime Plus. It comes included with the Pro Plus, but it is still compatible with the Prime Plus, so you can get it separately. And with the vibrating head, the head itself doesn't stroke up and down like with the heated head, except the head itself actually vibrates, and there's also a cool head that actually cools down. But more importantly, here you can actually see that with our buttons here, you can choose how fast you want the head to vibrate, and you can actually lower it down. So that is another major difference between the Prime Plus and the Sense. The Prime Plus is compatible with your different motorized heads that can be bought separately. Now, another major difference between these two Theraguns is just going to be battery life. Now, both of these Theraguns charge via a USB-C port, and you can use your phone's charger to charge them up, which makes it very convenient. However, with the Prime Plus, this Theragun does have an advertised battery life of 150 minutes, whereas with the Sense, this one has an advertised battery life of 120 minutes. But real-world use, both of these Theraguns are going to be good for around 20 to 30 minutes on a full charge. And the last major difference between these two Theraguns is just going to be their included accessories. Now, like I mentioned earlier, the Prime Plus does come included with a heated ball head because it is compatible with Therabody's newer motorized heads. But another difference between them is how you remove these heads. Now with the Prime Plus, it's a lot easier to remove. All you have to do is just twist and it comes right off. And to put it back on, you just go in and it actually just twists back on and you are good to go. Now this here is the standard head. The Prime Plus also comes included with a dampening head, and it also comes included with a wedge. And to put everything away, the Prime Plus does come included with a carrying case that does have dedicated pockets so that you can store your different heads. Hold on, I am having a little issue here with the wedge. Okay, and then here goes our standard head, and then here comes the Prime Plus. Close that up. So this here is the carrying case that comes with the Prime Plus. And then there are the included attachments that come with the Sense. Now with the Sense, it does come included with a standard head, just like the Prime Plus. However, I do have to point out that the foam on the head on the Sense, on the standard ball, it is a little softer than the foam found on the standard head on the Prime Plus. And you also get a micro point, which is very similar to the thumb, except the heads here, these are little rubber spiky heads. But just keep in mind, in order to swap out these heads, it's not as elegant as with the Prime Plus, because with the Sense, these heads, you actually have to go and pull them apart like that. So there are some ball bearings here, and to put it back on, you do have to align your ball bearings, and then you push in, and then you're good to go here. So it's not as elegant as the twist that you do with the Prime Plus. And in order to put everything away, the Sense does come included with a carrying case. However, this little carrying case, carrying pouch, it doesn't have any built-in pockets for your different heads. So this is the case that comes with the Sense. It gets the job done, but it's definitely not as premium feeling as with the Prime Plus. So overall, I think the Sense is going to be a great option for most people. It gets the job done, it has a strong motor in it, and it comes included with a few different heads, which are going to be very useful. However, if you are somebody that is a much more serious athlete, I really feel that the Prime Plus is going to be the better option, specifically because you are going to get the heated ball head attachments, which really does help. And I also like the slightly improved battery life on the Prime Plus. Now, the Prime Plus is a little larger than the Sense, but I still feel that the Prime Plus is very manageable.